Hello, I'm Rebecca Jones and welcome to the Limbury Theatre here at the Royal Opera House on World Ballet Day, a global celebration of dance. What a special day it is to be here. Following on from the Royal Ballet's stream earlier today, which is available to watch back on YouTube, we're now going behind the scenes with dancers from the company as they rehearse one of the most magical ballets in the calendar, the Nutcracker. This enchanting production by Sir Peter Wright returns to the main stage here at Covent Garden on the 22nd of November. With just 10 days before opening night, we're joined by two coaches of the Royal Ballet who are helping the dancers prepare for their journey to the Kingdom of Sweets. So please join me in welcoming Samantha Rain and Samira Saidi. So lovely to have you both with us. As I say, 10 days, that's slightly alarming to me. I can't begin to think you're right in the midst of it all, aren't you? Samira, if I might start with you, the Nutcracker that we see on the stage here at Covent Garden is Sir Peter Wright's, created in 1984, still going strong. What makes it so special?
Well, it's so special because it is Sir Peter Wright's, and Sir Peter Wright is, without doubt, one of the ballet legends. He is an amazing choreographer, director, but he's a master storyteller. And I think that is testament in all of his full-length ballets, not just the Nutcracker. But the Nutcracker is very special because it's a ballet that's very close to his heart. And you can tell that by, you can see how much love he's put into it. It's kind of, it's so obvious and evident all the way through each act.
Why is it so close to his heart?
I think because, well, first of all, I mean, it was first done in 1984. But when I was originally with Sadler's Wells Royal Ballet, and the company moved to Birmingham in 1990, and the Nutcracker was his gift to the city of Birmingham. And it was the first brand new production we did in Birmingham. And it was from that production, the Birmingham Royal Ballet's Nutcracker, that he brought, when the production came back to the Opera House, he also brought a lot of his ideas that he'd put into that new production for Birmingham, came into the main company's version. Yeah. And so it's very much a shared production. There are so many similarities in both productions, even to this day.
And I'm right, aren't I? So Peter Wright is now, I think, 99.
He's 99. This is his 100th year.
Yeah, and he's going to be at the first performance. Yes.
Peter, if you're watching, you'd better be.
Sam, Samira's touched there on the BRB's Nutcracker, and I suppose I wanted to ask you, what is it that makes this particular production of the Nutcracker so important and so different for audiences?
I think because it's very traditional.
Right.
I think there's lots of different productions and versions that are more modern. I think because we've stuck with the traditional version, and I think also for me and lots of the dancers growing up from the school and being in the production aged 11, 12, and then getting a job with the company and then doing certain roles and building up, you've always got this place you want to get to, and your dream is to become a certain role in the production. And I think, you know, you've been sitting in the full calls age 11 watching certain ballerinas and you just want to be that person. And then we had our first full call of Act 1 today, just finished at 6:30, and it was the first time we put it all together with the White Lodgers. And it's a really special moment to have all, you know, lots of people in that studio, but the atmosphere is always great.
So is it in a good spot? You've got to tell us how it went.
I think it's in a really good spot. I mean, we didn't do it last season, so there's new members of the company still learning things, but lots of people have done it for many times before, so.
And this particular production, Samira, has been performed, I think, about 600 odd times here at Covent Garden. And I wonder, how much does the ballet change depending on the dancers who are performing it?
I don't think the ballet changes. I think that's what's so special about it. You know, the ballet remains true to its original format. obviously the dancers who dance it are all different and they put their own interpretation on it. But because it's such a traditional ballet, the steps are always the same. We don't change the steps. So the interpretation or the acting skills of a dancer, the technical ability of a dancer, those will vary, but the steps are the same, the musicality is the same, and Peter is a real stickler for musicality. So all of those things don't change, but Peter is always very open for an individual interpretation. And that's what makes it so interesting, because otherwise it would just be like a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And there are so many roles in the Nutcracker. It gives all of the dancers who are in the production many opportunities to be different characters from countries from all over the world, because it's sort of a very international cast.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam, as you say, you've performed in this production at Covent Garden, so you're particularly well placed to tell us how challenging the roles are from, I suppose, from a physical point of view, first of all.
So the biggest for the corps de ballet is probably the snowflakes. So that's at the very end of Act 1. And it possibly looks like they're not doing very much at all, but they do not stop for over 10 minutes. And it's very high energy levels, it's a constant fluttering of the fingers and the hands, and your heart is pumping by the end. There's lots of really magical special moments within that helps them keep them going, keep the energy levels up. The snow happens halfway through and the choir sing, and it's very uplifting. You can't do anything but smile, and for a dancer and for the audience members and for us that watch it many times over the performances. And then I think there's some very hard technical dances in Act 2 as well, so that's some tricky moments there. But most of them are fun to do, and as Sammy said, it's very musical, and we all know the music so well, which really helps.
Yeah, but how do you help prepare the dancers for those demands?
It's a constant. I mean, preparing is a constant daily thing, and it's not just doing Nutcracker. You know, the dancers are being prepared with everything that they're rehearsing. At the moment, we're performing and rehearsing La Fille, Malgarde. Yeah. We're rehearsing, and we've had the first stage calls this week of a triple bill that involves 2 premieres for the company, and we're on stage next week with Nutcracker. So it's a combination of all those things that prepare the dancers. On top of that, they're obviously having to learn new steps. Some of them are doing different roles in Nutcracker. So that's the challenge, is to learn the new steps. But technically, they're right up there. The standard is maintained from everything that we do.
And when you're coaching, does it help the fact that you've performed the role? You've got that little bit extra to impart?
I think so. I mean, you always remember, I don't know, it stays in your body and your brain as how each role can feel. Yeah. There's just certain things in Act 1 when the dolls come on that it's quite a tricky moment with having to do some unlocking of a thing. And I mean, I don't want to give it away too much, but things like that can really help, so you can pass it on to, and you know how that feels when you're in the box about to jump out. And I mean, that's actually more nerve-wracking than the number sometimes. So I think that to pass things like that on is really useful for the dancers, I think. Yeah.
Sammy, this ballet is so associated with Christmas, but why do you fundamentally think it remains so popular and so enduring?
You know, I think firstly the music. Yeah. Everybody knows the music of the Nutcracker. I mean, you can walk into pretty much any shop all over the country, and somewhere the Nutcracker music will be playing around about this time of the year. And it is such beautiful, uplifting music. And then, of course, the story. You know, it is a Christmas story, and it's a childhood dream, and it's a family ballet. You know, it's a ballet that all the family can come to see. And it's something that is, you know, to bring a family to see to the theatre at Christmas is a really magical thing for a family to do. So it's just so associated with Christmas. And I mean, I guess you could perform the Nutcracker at any part of the year, but it just seems to lend itself to Christmas, not just because there's a giant Christmas tree, but just because it is a family occasion.
Yeah. Is there a moment in it, a question for both of you really, which really gives you that kind of spine-tingling, festive, magic moment? Is there a particular standout moment?
I think there's a couple. I think definitely the tree growing
Yes.
is just breathtaking even now, watching it all these years later. And for me, I think possibly the snowflakes with the snow and the choir. I think it's stunning. I think it's beautiful.
But the snow and the choir. Yeah. And then also the just the sheer joy that the music brings.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
So you've mentioned that you've done the whole of Act 1 today. So we're 10 days out. Is that where you would expect to be with rehearsals at this point? I just wonder whereabouts we are in the process and what's left to do.
I have to say, this year it's been a tight squeeze.
Because of all the other things.
Because of all the other
going
things.
on. Yes.
Yes. But the beauty about Nutcracker is it seems to lend itself to slotting in where we need it to slot in.
Yeah.
And because of this tradition of people doing the production for so many years, from when they're aged 11, they're involved in the production.
Yeah.
It's sort of in our blood, and it's not that difficult to pass it on and to rehearse it. We all kind of know what needs to happen.
Yes.
And so we work as a team. The staff, the dancers, the musicians is very much it's teamwork. Yeah. Teamwork's the dream work.
Yeah.
I was just going to add, Sammy did say, but I think also the dancers that help each other so much within this, it gets passed on. So if you've done the dancing mistress for many years, you can help the newer members that are maybe doing it for the first time. Of course, that's our job too, but it's also having the backup of those lots of dancers that have already danced that role as. It's teamwork.
Yeah.
We get it done somehow.
And also, for instance, you were talking about the snowflakes. We use the third-year students from the school. So what a fantastic opportunity for them. It's really their first taste of dancing properly on stage with the company. And we do use students.
I think there's 8 that will go in for different reasons. So if one of the dancers is dancing Clara or different things like that, we have to slot in often one of the upper school students.
Yeah.
I think so over the run at the moment, there's about 8 that will go on in snowflakes. Oh. And they've done amazingly, really.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, look, and that again is a tradition that goes on year after year after year after year, and then the ones that are lucky enough to join the company will then stay in the snowflakes for the next few years. So it's really is passing on that knowledge, that history, and that's why it feels like it's in our blood.
Yeah, I can understand that. Well, we're so blessed this evening because we're going to see not 1 but 2 rehearsals. And I wonder, you're going to lead the first one, Sam. So just tell us what we're going to see and whereabouts we are in the ballet. And then, Sammy, just give us a brief context to yours as well.
Okay, so we're about to see the Mirlitons. So it's four of the female dancers. And actually, there is also Clara in this number, but she isn't here today. Okay. So I'll just be rehearsing the 4 because they do slightly different steps and choreography. It's probably about halfway through Act 2, after all the other diverts. And it's a tough little number.
Okay.
But so it's one that we have to keep rehearsing also for the technical side, but also stamina.
Yes. Well, we might have a chance to talk to some of the dancers.
Right.
Sammy, you are leading a rehearsal which does include Clara.
Yes, so I'm going to be having a look at Clara and the nephew, the moment after the battle scene between the soldiers and the mice, where the king mouse has been driven off by Clara. She's bashed him on the head with a point shoe, and he's being carried off by the mice. And the nephew has been left unconscious on the floor. And it's at the point we're going to pick up the rehearsal is where Clara realises that this soldier that she's been in the battle with is unconscious.
Okay, gosh, I can't wait. Well, look, we'll let you go and take a break for a minute. Sam, if you stay with us, and I would like you now to join me in welcoming dancers from the Royal Ballet, Yu Hung, Scarlett Harvey, Sierra Glasheen and Bumim Kim. Welcome, welcome. I know you've been dancing all day and now you've come to dance for us this evening, so thank you from the bottom of all our hearts. Yu Hung, I want to start with you, if I may. We've heard this is the dance of the Mirlitons. What's the highlight for you of this particular dance?
For me, I think the music scores. I think it really helps us throughout the whole dance, and it's very musical. Almost I feel like when I dance it sings in my head, and I feel like much more brighter. Yeah. Yeah,
it lifts your spirits. Yeah. Scarlett, if I might let you pass on the microphone, thank you. I mean, the dance, when you see it on stage, always looks very light. It always looks very playful. I suspect it's not really like that, though. How much kind of control is involved in your body as you dance it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a marathon, I must say. Yeah. It is tricky. And a lot of the steps are very syncopated to the music. So that takes a lot of rehearsal with Sam and with each other to try and get it together and do everything at the same time. It's quite tricky when it's not, set with the music. Yeah. But it's really enjoyable. It's really fun to do. And we also have the added challenge of the flutes as well, which is an extra little prop, which can sometimes be a bit tricky to work with. But yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of the cane, isn't it? And the top hat.
Exactly, yeah.
Sierra, I wanted to pick up on that idea of you all. I mean, basically in this dance, you all four of you work and move as one, don't you? So I just wonder, what have you been doing in rehearsal to make sure you're completely in sync?
Yeah, like Scarlett, it is a challenge, but Sam has done an amazing job of reminding us how important the music is, and it's beautiful music, and the choreography and the music marry so well together, so if we all listen to it the same way, we dance really well together, so that's what we're working for.
Yeah, but I mean, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the music, because it's so recognisable for this dance. Anybody who's watching who is thinking, which music is it? As soon as you hear the opening notes, you'll know what it is. And I wondered, I mean, your colleagues have said it's a help, but I wonder is there ever a point where it becomes too familiar, or does it not really work like that?
I mean, every time it feels new to me.
Does it? Does it?
Yeah, and this music gives a sense of lightness and playfulness and elegance, and this dance actually requires lots of control, precise footwork, so it is a really hard work, but music really brings out different dynamic with the movement, and yeah, we're really enjoying it very much.
Oh, super. Sammy, I wanted to ask you, and picking up on that last point, about how do you coach dancers? They've talked about the preciseness, they've talked about the control, but for the audience, it needs to seem spontaneous. So how do you balance those two demands?
I think, first of all, starting with, obviously, teaching the choreography, especially if you're new to the role, making sure they know what the musicality should be, but also to not just, I think, just to keep listening to the music. So every time it can be slightly different, so don't just go, this is what it will be today. You need to keep listening, and that's what keeps it fresh and keeps it alive.
Yes.
And then, as much as possible, in any group number, we're watching each other when we can. So there's lots of placings on the stage where we go to, what we look at. So the combination of everything, I think, will hopefully make a beautiful piece at the end.
Yeah, and just briefly, because you set the scene of where we are in the ballet, but what should we all be looking out for?
there's lots of footwork, very detailed, intricate footwork in this. Also, they have, as they mentioned, are holding a flute, and sometimes there's quick changes of the hands and things like that. But I think I'm always trying to remind them that even though they're not playing the flute how you would possibly play a proper flute, they have to remember that they have to have it in line roughly with their mouth and not down here, because then we do know that they're not playing the instrument. So it's just those reminders. And
so what you're saying is any professional flautists
Don't
watching,
look.
don't give them a hard time. Yes, okay. Well, look, thank you, Sam. I'm going to
you.
leave you all to it. Everybody's come to see you, not hear me. But rehearsing the dance of the Mirlitons from the Nutcracker, Yu Hung, Scarlett, Sierra and Bumin, with Kate Shipway, thank you so much, on the piano.
Okay, let's grab one each. Here we go. Let's go from the top, shall we? I'm just wondering, do you mind if they just run on behind you, Kate? Is that okay? Just because otherwise I think we'll run out of space. Okay. Okay, ladies, we'll stop. We'll go and then stop so we don't get too tired. Thank you, Kate. And over that leg and hold. Through the feet, heels down. Good. Lift up. Okay, thank you. Let's hold for a second. Very good. Thank you. Very good. So ladies, just remember when we first come on, we're thinking of the footwork straight away, checking across that we're coming out of the wings at the same time. And I think it's different in here, but on the main stage, we're on the outside red, I think the leader, so we don't get too close to each other to begin with. And then we're going through a nice pointed foot to that B+, and then slightly inclined with this head into the first position. Good. Then from here we have to change and go over that foot. That's it. And remember, this position is mid-foot. Yep, so really get it on the floor. It's a very similar movement, isn't it, to what we do in Snowflakes, that one in the charge. So make sure it's mid of the foot, that's it. And then we're all going to lift in one count, hold the arabesque, and nice quick 1, 2, 3. Show the 1, 2, 3 and through the feet. Lift up as we're coming through the feet to that fifth position. Yeah, extra lift. Extra lift, yes. Keep going, yes. Yeah, good. And then when we come forward again, we're going each time through the foot, know when the accent of the leg coming through happens. Very nice, very nice. Then here, make sure you hang. Sometimes you're a bit long with your attitude, so make sure we can really see that's a lovely attitude, not a straight leg. And lift up in your pelvises as we lift, so it's lighter rather than down, down, down. We're actually thinking up, up, up on those jetés. 1, 2, 3, over. You can have a little peek at each other. That's it, good. Remember this position. Yes. And then we're going front on the 1, the 3, and the 5. Is that correct? Yeah, but as well as doing that, so we're the same and moving together, we have to still think about going around the corner, so it's a little bit more movement in the upper body. Yes, yes. And nice tight here. Don't be too baggy with this leg behind, so keep this nice and in. Squeeze. Good. Shall we do it one more time? And then we'll go on, because it repeats, doesn't it, to get round to Clara. Are you okay? Good. And feet and through, up and over. 2, 3, 4, hold and lift. And 1, 2, 3, over. 1, 2, over, round the corner. Good. And a squeeze over again. 2, 3, up. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, very good. Excellent, much better that time. So when we're running, remember Clara is joining you at that moment, so it's really to her, and you can really look at her, smile, take her in, you're inviting her to dance with you. Good, and then we run out to this box. Again, it's different marks in here, so don't worry too much. But shall we go in between? Is that going to be okay? Yeah, in between the red, just so we're the same. Yeah, and then this was a tendu leg behind, isn't it, rather than the B+ to prepare. Good, now this is quite a tricky moment, isn't it, I think? Especially the front two. We have to cheat this leg, this faille coming through for the audience members over there. So cheat this leg, and then we need really nice tight fifth up in the air, and focus, lift, yes. And each time, focus up, yes. Good, and then remember, ladies, that we need to show the cross before the land. Bum. It doesn't need to be high, but we need to see that beat. Yes, good. And then the same over. This is the tricky moment where some of you have to switch hands with the flute, isn't it? Yeah, so then we've got the front arm lifting up, and the nice biddlem, syncopated pas de bourrée there again. Diddlem. Good. Then we go again. Let's just play the lead into the box, please, Kate. Thank you. So stay where you are. Come forward a little bit, because you hangs on the piano. Good. Thank you. And 1, 2, 3, 4, prepare. And up. And up. Don't get late. Over, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And a fifth. And up. Okay, 1 second. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. Ladies, don't make the faille bigger than the ensemble. That's the preparation. We need to be up. That's just the prep to get you up in the air. Yes. Be careful we don't lift the first leg too high, because then we're going to have to join there. Yeah, so think about the timing and where we want to see the fifth in the air. Just if you swing that one, brush that one too much, we're not going to be able to join in that ensemble as well. Yeah. Okay, should we give it one more go? Just think lower and then up. So we see yeah. Same place. Thank you, Kate. And up. And up. Over. And up. Good, now this is a breathing moment to show the two jetés. And over. Think of the flute. Woo. Okay. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and squeeze. Thank you, Kate. Thank you. Good. Very good. Much better. Just watch this. This beat doesn't get too high. So again, we're good. I could see you were crossing that leg, but just watch on the landing. We either don't get too crossed so that we don't have any lift here, or we sometimes get a little bit too high on that landing there. Good. And then, yes, thank you. So we need to go out, in, out with our legs. Yes. Show the two movements. And then the two jetés, don't cheat it. It's hard. So you need to show the second one before you go again. Don't cut the second jeté out. Jeté, ba-bum. Yes. And that's a real moment where you can breathe. Keep our heels down, so we're stretching our calves out slightly as well. Don't keep it up, because it won't last to the end. Shall we go into that step? Yeah, so just the cease, Clara, just a lead. Thank you. Thank you. And 1, show the epaulement. And turn to the effacé. Effacé. Over. 2, 3, 4. And up and round the corner with our back set and a squeeze. And bend over on that attitude. Try and stay in line. Over, up, over, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plie. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to stop so you don't get too tired. Very good. Much better. So this one also, this was good. Just make sure it can be a softer moment with the epaulement and with the port de bras, even though you've got one flute. Yeah, and make sure we're really effacé so we're not straight to the audience. Turn your hips to a passe, and then we come en face. Hips, en face, okay? Then watch going around. Don't make these even. We can think more over, and then just a breath to coupe. Breath, yeah. So we're over, over. At the moment, it feels a bit like you're trying to go the same both ways. Yeah, so that can be, again, a calm moment. Just the breath on the coupe each time. Yeah. Close to our mouths. Good, good, good. So then we're going into this one. Over, straight, looking straight forward. And then we really bend on this attitude and make sure this arm is, yes, over our heads. Don't leave it behind there. Getting over, and we can really see that bend there each time. Da, 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 da. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it looks like we're just doing 1, 2. Bum, bum, bum. Yes. Bum, bum, bum. Even though it's quick, you need to see the 3 movements. Yeah. Good. Yeah, and really step again to the quasi rather than en face. That will really help the shape of the attitude there. Nice. Da, da. And then en face, and then we turn again to the quasi. Good. And then this one, we're focusing, looking up, and then down. So really see the difference with the focus and the heads, and then the over, and then, and lift, lift, lift. Devon, devon, devon. It's really difficult. You're always going to step back because we're going backwards, but try and hit the passe and the devon before we go. Don't overcross it. You hang. Yes, yes. Good. Very good. Let's go into this attitude. I'm just worried about this, the last step. Let's just move slightly back so we can make sure we can get this last section in. So 6 in. Thank you. And burst over. 1, 2, 3. Good. And a 3. Good. Up and over and focus. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe, ladies, breathe. Together. Up and over. Switch. Join the legs. And back to your position. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, up, back. Very good. Very good, excellent. So this is the tricky one where they're going, the timing of when we switch, isn't it? So I think we've got it in the right hand, and then we go over. Then on the second leg of the glissade, we're switching to go up with the left hand, and then keep repeating that 4 times. And then this on the stage, when we have got the markings, we'll be slightly over to the left, so we're going back to the right to be bang, and then Clara will be in the center. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Really good pirouettes, excellent. If we can go a little bit more back before we arrive in the last position. Bum, bum, good. Up, up and down, bum. Yeah, really hit it in one, a little bit sharper. Yes, very good, excellent. Have a little breather. Any questions? All good? Yeah?
When we do the passes, when we do the coupe, do we look down?
I think it's just slightly lowered, so we can then lift on the passes back.
Okay, just a little.
Yeah, so watch we're not nodding, okay. But just it can, as a natural breath, because we're going into the fondue, and then it lifts as we go back into those passes. Yep. Good, yeah, keep lifting this part of your knee, but watch we don't overcross. Really draw up the calf, draw up the shin. Yes. Sometimes it looks like we're going a little bit sideways. Yeah, keep that, cross and back. Yeah, each time walking backwards on one line. Bum, bum, keep going back, don't, yes, cross, yes, better. Yeah, and then this is a moment we can really watch each other, how much we're bending into that preparation for the assemblée. Good. Should we do it once through? Breathe, just breathe, stay calm. It's late. Okay, and through the foot. Over, 2, 3, and hold on the 5th. Good. Heels down. Up, 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 over. And round the over, good. And up, good. And up, join. And beat, over, 2, 3. And hold, and a 5th. And up, don't get late, Scarlett, smaller, 5, smaller. Over, 2, 3. And now breathe, ladies, breathe, and 1. Calm, calm. And breath, and breath. Breathe through your noses. Stay calm. Look across. 1, 2, around, round, round, and a squeeze. And to the corner, over. And a 5th. And down. Now try and get back. Back, back, back. Now together, watch this, Scarlett. And join the up. And don't get late, up. Up. One, 2, squeeze the plie, up, up, back, arrive. Good.
So much. It was mesmerising. Honestly, Sam, before you go, I just wanted to ask you a question standing in the wings that occurs to me. So, will this group of 4 dancers always perform this dance together, or do you rehearse? They could go on with anybody.
Could go on with anybody. It's a puzzle. It's a real puzzle, Nutcracker casting, because so many people do lots of roles, which is great for the dancers, but then the minute someone's doing Clara, then they can't do Mirlitons with that cast, and someone else might be doing Rose Fairy, and someone else might be doing Sugar Plum, who does Mirlitons as well. And so it's a real shuffle around. So I think that's what's important actually with something like Nutcracker, to rehearse with lots of different people and also make sure everyone really knows what we're doing, so that whoever you get to dance it with, that the other 3 dancers you might be with, we're all the same, because you might not have actually rehearsed it as a 4 until you do it on the stage.
Really? Yeah. How nerve-wracking is that? Well, look, we're going to see you hang again, but the rest of you, thank you all so much. Go and have a drink of water and a break. And thank you to you. You were absolutely amazing. Thank you. Wow, it always feels such a privilege to get a glimpse into the rehearsal process, doesn't it? Now, how lucky are we? Because we've got another rehearsal for you. We're going to see Yu Hung again, rehearsing another role. This time, as Sammy mentioned earlier, it's the role of Clara. But I think you'll agree we'll just give her a well-earned chance to have a glass of water. So let's welcome back Samira Saidi, and joined by first soloist Luca Acri. Lovely to meet you. You are dancing Hans Peter the Nutcracker, and there is a shift back and forth in this ballet, isn't there, between realism and fantasy. How do you show that change physically in the dual role that you play?
Yeah, a good example is I start as a Nutcracker doll.
Yes.
So it's sort of, I'm surrounded by the little soldiers, the student soldiers, and so, kind of soldier-like, posture and movement. And there's this beautiful moment when the magic gets undone and I become a human. And there's this bit that I realize my hand and my face. Then from a soldier to a human, I become a real human.
Yeah.
And that's we try to translate that into our body language and the movement as well.
But there's clearly quite a lot of acting involved then as well.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you find that? Do you enjoy it?
It's I mean, the music is beautiful, so it really helps. I don't really need to try and act. I feel like the music carries me as a story. Yeah. And sort of that beautiful Ballet music, and into the snow scene and into the Kingdom Suites. It's a amazing journey we can go through in a role like this.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see you rehearse. I just wondered if you'd give us a little sense of what the technical considerations are with these particular roles.
For me personally, there are a lot of arabesques, which I'm not. My back is not great, but I'm trying to. So that's like the technical side of it,
Okay.
and sort of. Yeah, in a way, quite a lot of adagio movement for a male role. And also, as well as that, there is the partnering with Clara, you will see with Yuhan. It's quite tricky, you know. It's classical ballet, but it's with a bit of twist and lots of pulls and it's tricky. But I did it 10 years ago for the first time, and I was just talking about this earlier, and I danced with Emma Maguire. She was the soloist of the company, and I remember like practicing it like, every day during the show, going up to the studio and listening to the music and dancing to the, practicing the pas de deux. And I feel like I can do this so easily now that it takes time, technically.
But the music is in your body.
Yes. Yeah.
Which helps, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sammy, seeing that Yuhan is both dancing in the Mirlitons and also taking on the role of Clara, it shows how versatile the dancers need to be. And Sammy was just touching on this of all working in different combinations and everything. But talk me through how you particularly help dancers who are taking on multiple roles during a run.
I think, well, first of all, I want to just let everyone know that it's actually Yuhan's debut, or will be her debut, as Clara. And very often in a company, taking on the role of Clara or the nephew is very often the first sort of major role that the dancers will undertake. So when you first do a role like Clara or the nephew, it's a big responsibility because you're in front of the stage on your own or just dancing a pas de deux. You feel it's quite a vulnerable feeling to have to do that when you've been used to perhaps being in a corps de ballet with lots of people around you. So this will be her debut when she does her first performance. Also, it's great experience to be able to dance so many different roles. And I think it sets up the dance, especially the young dancer, really well for what comes later in their career. And it's also about not just doing the steps, but understanding the different styles, because of course in Act 2 we have a Spanish dance, we have a Chinese dance, we have an Arabian dance. So it's about, there's a Russian Trepak dance. So it's about understanding the different styles. So that's where your sort of character dancing comes in very handy. Yeah. Also picking up on the different nuances of the musicality, where the different accents are in the music and how that also helps with the style of what you're doing. And then, of course, for something like Clara, it's also about developing your acting skills. It's not just about the dancing. So I think the most important thing is to make the dancers who are taking on these roles feel A, confident that they can do it, and B, comfortable in acting.
Yes. Well, I think Yuhan is going to join us again. And many congratulations to you on your debut as Clara. That's an amazing a moment for you professionally, I'm sure. I mean, are you feeling comfortable and confident?
Yes, I think we are in progress, especially we have Samira and Luca with me through that journey is really special, I think, and can't wait to take the journey to you guys and can see the final performance. Yeah.
What for you are the highlights of dancing the role?
I think Clara, it's a very she is a human, and she's a little girl, and she is really pure, and I think there's so much could be performed, as Samira said, there's a lot of acting involved, but I think it's different to other roles. It's really real. You can be feeling the stage and interacting with people on stage. It just, for me, it's really special to interact with familiar peoples and bring out myself to the character rather than like Mirlitons. I have to be a Mirlitons. I feel like Clara has so much more character I can bring on to stage.
Yes, that's so interesting because, I mean, these are roles, we've touched on this already, that, you know, have been performed, danced by many, many other dancers before you. And you've already said that you've got to preserve the steps, the heritage choreography, if you like, can't be tampered with. So how do you go about bringing your own interpretation to the role?
I think, first of all, ballet is quite technical. I think in the beginning, I probably think a bit more about like how to make the steps feel comfortable within my body. And then from that, I feel like throughout the music and everything, the more you do it, I feel like it brings more in me as well. I can like express more.
Yeah, Luca, I'd be interested to ask you the same question. I mean, how do you make the roles your own, given all the ones that have come before you?
I mean, I feel like every year is, you know, we do this almost every year, and I meet this role, this person, Hans-Peter, and every time it's so different, and really live. I try to live in the moment on stage and really be in the story.
Yeah.
So, and also, you know, dancing with a different partner is you know, I'm really excited to explore what we can bring on stage, and yeah, it's really, really amazing. Yeah.
I think as well, can I add? I think
Please.
I'm so lucky to have the experience of Luca, because when you're debuting in a role, it's so lovely to have somebody behind you who's really secure in what they're doing, and it gives you a lot of confidence in itself. So that's really nice. Thank you, Luca.
Oh. Sammy, just tell us what we should be looking out for, what you're going to focus on in this rehearsal.
I think I'm very aware that these dancers have had a very long day today, so I don't want to overwork them. So what I want to do is we will stop and start. We'll start from the beginning of the pas de deux, where Clara's trying to wake up who she believes is the soldier that she's just been in the battle with. And of course, the soldier is what she thinks was her Nutcracker doll, so that Drosselmeyer gave her. So it's a very, very special doll, the Nutcracker doll. And in her dream or in her mind, this Nutcracker doll came to life and basically saved Clara, or, you know, saved, I don't know, the soldier kingdom or whatever kingdom it is. And Clara was brave enough to get rid of the Mouse King, and suddenly she finds that her hero is lying on the floor. Yeah. And so what I want to try to tease out of Yuhang is some of her acting skills. We'll get a little bit of the drama going. But also, I know they've already been rehearsing it, so they're not first rehearsing it. They've had a good few rehearsals already. So I want to see what I can now tease out of them, both artistically and musically. The technique is all there. I'm not worried about the technique.
There you are, big tick. Look, we can't wait. Yuhang, Luca, with Samira Saidi to lead them. Kate Shipway on the piano. Over to you. Let me take the mic for you. Thank you, Clara. Thank you.
So to set up the scene, Clara has just hit the Mouse King with her magic point shoe, which has resulted in the Mouse King being carried off by the other mice, and that has basically broken the spell of the soldier doll being trapped in this soldier doll body. And his waking up reveals that he has become a human. And his dance towards Clara is telling her that his heart is for her. So it's quite romantic, really. It has a romantic feel. And it is a bit of a virtuoso pas de deux. There are lots of lifts, there are turns, and it's actually very beautiful. And it's to one of the most beautiful pieces of music in the ballet as well. So we will start from Clara seeing that the nephew is, or the doll, is broken. Thank you. All right, I'm going to actually stop you. Thank you, Kate, sorry. So I want to ask you, what is going through your mind when you see the Nutcracker? What are you conveying there? What are you...
Try to wake him up.
But before you wake him up, you have to realize that he's on the floor. So you've seen the Mouse King going off. You don't know what's happened. You turn around and he's there on the floor. And what goes through your mind at that point? So make that So make that really clear when you see him. That's what makes you run to him. What are you going to do when you see him there? The natural thing is to wake up, I need you to wake up. And when he doesn't wake up, step away from him and, what am I going to do? And that's what drives you to the corner. We have to see that thought process going through your mind. What am I going to do now? My hero is broken. Yeah? Let's try that once more. Thanks, Kate. See him. That was better. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to stop you once again. Just because thanks, Kate, some of these little details are so important. So when you cry, do you cry like that? If you cry. And you were just saying about how Clara is a human. So when you cry, I want to believe that you're crying. And let it come. Let's see that through your body, first of all, and then you can cry, yeah. And it's more of like a tremble through your body as opposed to a musical thing, yeah? So cry and tremble. And you don't have to keep your face covered all the time, yeah? You can take your hands away and you can cry again. So we can make that a little bit more believable. And Luca, when you realize that you are human, we need to see that you see your hands, oh my God. And then feel your face, because that wooden face is suddenly soft, it's flesh. So that can read much more clearly. And then you run forwards, and it's like you're suddenly aware of where you are in the room. So we really see that clearly, that whole reading of that first moment, because it's the opening of the pas de deux, and I think it needs to be really clear. Yeah. We don't need to do that again. Let's go from the 1 to the nephew. Just before, yes. Sorry, we just need to go. where he steps up to fifth and he starts his diagonal. One, two. Let's go from him. Let's go from him seeing his hands. Yeah. So, where you're waking up. Save your energy. I'd really like to see more of "my heart is for you" on that, as you do that. My heart is for you. And then I want to see you react to that, It's not just, exactly, My heart is for you. That's it. And again, And even on that, you can be a little bit more 1-1 with the arms. Bum, bum. Don't make it so even. Yeah, good. And you hang. When you do the step into the arabesque, I want to see the most beautiful, how you put that foot onto the floor. It's not just a step and an arabesque. It's actually how you present that foot and the heel, the toe and the heel. And pull into the arabesque. That's better. Now the same again on the foot. Even more, think about more weight on that back leg so you can really present that foot as it goes on. Yes, exactly. Yes, you hang. Now on this next bourrée, keep the bourrée going and I want you to pull towards me. Pull towards me. Yes, exactly. Yes. So we get that really nice pull away going from here. Really reach. And then why are you bourréing? What is it? What are you thinking about when you're drawn to him? So I need to feel that you're drawn to him. He's reeling you in, So we need to get a real sense of that. Okay. Then, so you've done this, just show me, so again, you're matching him, but it's not just a port de bras, because that's what Peter Wright set, It has to speak. And you're saying, oh my goodness, look at you, You're seeing him for the first time in this form. Yes, exactly. See him, see this gorgeous man that's suddenly appeared in front of you, No longer. Then you go to the corner. And again, I know he's doing all the dancing at that moment, but you've got to be living it. I don't want you to do lots of things because I don't want you to distract from him, but you still got to live it in your body. It needs to be in your body and growing in your body. And he's engaging you to dance with him. So watch him with love when he's dancing. Let's go from your arabesques again. Chum, bum, bum, chum, bum, bum. And I want to see that foot, both those feet each time, the most beautiful step you've ever done. centered, yeah. Good. Now reach the corner. He's pulling you towards him. Yes. See him? Thanks, Kate. Thank you. Good. Much better. I didn't get the first step in the arabesque. I just saw you thinking about, I must get into a good arabesque. And I didn't see the presentation of that foot. Yeah. That one, yes, it's that left one. As you, the left foot as you step into it, I want to see through, step into the arabesque. I don't want to see you already preparing the back leg. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a tendu and an arabesque. It's got to be more than that. Then, Luca, that was great. We're not going to do that again because I want you to save your legs. We've got the general rehearsal tomorrow of the triple bill. So this was fine. Now, when you're running towards him because, again, you're just drawn to him. You don't know what it is, but there's an energy, there's something that is pulling you towards him. What I see now is you're running towards him and you're saying, hey, we've got this coming next. Yeah? And I don't want to see that. I want to see you with sheer abandonment running towards him, and you just happen to get there at the last minute. Yeah? So don't give the game away. Little bit better. What happens, Yuhang? What happens if you run and you open your arms towards him? Yeah. Yes, have a go. See how it looks. And then we'll just carry on a little bit so we don't keep stopping ourselves. So you run towards him. This attitude, let me just see that. Sorry, I just need to stand here for a second. Yeah, now go into the rond de jambe. And if we can get that moving, Luca, a little bit sooner, it would be lovely. From the attitude from here, if we can really think about the leg going, so we don't get that moment of,
turning sooner.
Yes, and then what would be lovely is to get a nice twist across in attitude, and then a twist across before we go into the pirouette. Mm-hmm. Now keep it moving, yes. Twist and go. Yes, that's better. So it's just now getting used to that. You've got to wait a little bit. Don't try and do the pirouette on your own. Mm-hmm. Yeah? Twist and go. Yeah, good. That was fine. Then we go into the lift, which was very good. Yep, and then across the stage into this lift, landing, yeah. So you're going to land on one leg now, aren't you, from the jeté? So rather than, we're going to try and land on one leg, and then you've got your preparation into the arabesque. Yes, exactly, yep. Yeah. Let's try we'll play your diagonal, but don't dance it, okay? And we'll go into, and I want to see a really beautiful run towards him, okay? So can you play his diagonal? Is it? Have we done enough, or can we carry on?
I'm sure everybody would love you to carry on, but
It's time.
Okay. No, we've got another 5 minutes, but only if you guys feel up to it.
Okay, I'd like to just say a couple more things, if that's
Please
all
do,
right.
perfect.
Okay. Really good. Let's talk about the step across the front. Yes, the one where you do. This is always a difficult moment in this pas de deux. Before we dance it, I want you to think about you've landed the jeté, come up onto balance, and then allow Luca to take you off balance. I feel like you're fighting him. Let it go, come back, and then turn quickly and sit in the fondue. You've almost got to separate it into pieces. So, up, that's it, right, and sit, and now pull. Yeah, so trust him, Yuhang, especially in the pull. Trust that he needs that so that he can then pull you towards him. Give him your weight so that he can pull you towards him. Don't try and do it on your own. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6. That's better. Yeah. And when you step into that fouetté, really make sure you step completely de côté, because if you both go in that direction, then you'll have equal distance between you, and it'll be good. Should we just try that with music? Yeah. Get on the front of the beat in this section, don't get behind it. Just a lead in, please.
Well, look, sadly, that's all we've got time for this evening. It's so interesting, though, seeing the difference when you're dancing a role on your own and then you're dancing as part of a couple. It's just been such a fascinating insight. I've loved it. Just to remind you that the Nutcracker opens on the main stage here at Covent Garden on the 22nd of November, and you can find tickets on the website. Thank you again to all our dancers. Thank you to Samira and to Sam, and thank you to Kate as well for accompanying with the music. Thank you to all of you who have been with us here in the Limbri. You've been a wonderful audience, and thank you to all of those watching online from around the world. From me, until the next time, bye-bye.